Hello and welcome everyone again to another video, and today's video will showcase some strong teams in the Willpower Cup. Hopefully these teams will help you out climbing to a new rank, hopefully the legend rank too, as these teams I do believe feature the strongest codes in the entire meta. But before we head into the teams, let's just talk about the Willpower Cup. The Willpower Cup is one, I think last time it was around was October 2021, so we're talking about literally 3 years ago. And it wasn't that fun of a cup for most people because there was a Pokemon that nobody had back in the days, which is Shadow Drapion. I do believe that people now have Shadow Drapion. More people have it because it came back to the Team Rocket after the Willpower Cup. So if you had it back in the days, you had the best Pokemon. Now, if you have it, you still have the best Pokemon. Willpower Cup is Dark, Poison, and Psychic. And the strongest typing among those three is Poison Dark, because Poison Dark beat the Fighters, and beat the Dark, and beat the Psychic. But that's not always the case. If we take a look at the top Pokemons in this cup, and if you take a look at PvPoke, you'll see that Mandibuzz is number 1, and it says the fast move is a Snarl. I don't believe that's correct. I do think if you want to run Mandibuzz in this cup, you do need Air Slash. As look at these Pokemons. Which of these Pokemons resist Air Slash? It's Raichu, and that's it. Drapion is the second best Pokemon. We all know why, because Drapion is just a freak of a Pokemon. Hisui, Quillfish. If you don't have a Shadow Drapion, the closest Pokemon to Shadow Drapion is actually Hisui Quillfish, and it has Poison Sting, Crunch, and Aqua Tail. Literally the same moveset as a Drapion, but you win CMP. That's number 1. 2, it's almost close to having the stats of Shadow Drapion, because Quillfish and the Overquill, basically the evolution of Quillfish, they have the same stats. You also have the option of running Ice Beam on this, so it's like a more flexible version of Shadow Drapion, with the exception that said the Drapion is better when it comes to stats wise. Drapion can tank a move while Quillfish cannot tank a move. Followed by Overquill. Cresselia is a good Pokemon here because it technically beat everything except the Poison Darks. I mean, against the Dark is not that bad of a matchup because you have Moonblast, which is super effective. Claydol. What does Claydol do? You Mud Slap all the Poison Darks. So everyone's just going to run 2, 3, 2. Like the meta is like Mandibuzz, 2 Poison Dark. So if you want to run that, you need to be aware of Claydol, because Claydol's just going to Mud Slap you all the way down. It has Claydol has Scorching Sand, Mud Slap, and a third move that nobody cared about. Run whatever you want as a third move. You can run Ice Beam, I think, for the Mandibuzz, but mainly you care about Scorching Sand and Mud Slap. You're gonna Mud Slap, you're gonna like tank a move from the Poison Dark, shield the next one, and farm, just Mud Slap them all the way down. After the Claydol, we have a Skunk Tank. Skunk Tank is like, if you don't have a Drapion, Quillfish, Overquill, you can use a Skunk Tank. Rapidash. So Rapidash is the best safe swap in this cup because you do Fairy Wind, which is neutral to the Poison Dark, super effective on the Dark and the Fighting, and neutral on the Psychics. So last time it was the best safe swap, and people who... And it wasn't actually, it was an extremely rare, like not everyone had it, because back in the days, the only way to get it is throughout research, and pretty much nobody did the research back in the days. Like it was available in the research when it first came out, and nobody did it. So during that time, Rapidash was extremely rare too, and it was the best safe swap. Because you just safe swap Rapidash, if they bring a Poison Dark, you get to 2 Body Slams, and they do KO, or you threaten them with high horsepower, and sometimes you leave with getting 2 shields down. After Rapidash, we have that new Pokemon, the fairy one with a charm. Please don't use it. Skunk Shadow, Annihilate Shadow. Do you need Annihilate Shadow? Yes, you do need Annihilate Shadow. Why? Because counter is nerfed now, so you kind of need to do just more damage from the counter damage, because otherwise the Drapion is just gonna get to... I mean, Drapion still gets to 2 moves against the Shadow, but the thing with Shadow, you'll always get a shield from your baiting move. Okay, because if they don't shield your baiting move, which is, by the way, super effective on the Rapidash, if they don't shield your baiting move, it's kind of like you're just going to go down a shield for no reason. But if you have Shadow Annihilate, that's going to be much better. Moltres Galarian is kind of a Mandibuzz that beats the Mandibuzz. Like Moltres beat Mandibuzz, Mandibuzz doesn't beat Moltres. But if Mandibuzz run 8 slash, it gets a bit iffy for Galarian Moltres. If you look at the categories, as you can see here, I've divided them into Psychic, Fighting, Dark. The Psychic, there are 3 Pokemons here, Rapidash, Claydol, and Cresselia. You could say that Galarian Slowbro is good because it's a poison, you resist the poison, but the problem with it is that the crunch does so much damage. I mean, you have Brutal Swing here, but the thing is, you're just running a bad version of the Poison Darks. Poison Psychic is not as superior as Poison Dark in this cup. The fighting types, there is 2 good Pokemons here. I would do Shadow Annihilape, Shadow Primeape. What about Shadow Machamp? I don't like Shadow Machamp, to be honest. I think whatever Shadow Machamp can do, Shadow Primeape can do better. Except that Shadow Machamp had Stone Edge, so in the Zero Shield, Machamp can hit much harder. The dark ones, as I said, Drapion, Mandibuzz, Quillfish, Overquill, everything else is up to you if you want to use them or not. Now let's talk about some spicy picks in this cup. Volibee is one of those spicy picks if you're not in Volibee and Mandibuzz in the same team. Moltres, as I said, and the one I want to talk about is this Pokemon, Shadow Latios. Shadow Latios, the one with the Dragon Claw, okay, just in case I said it wrong. Shadow Latios is a crazy good Pokemon in this cup. If you have it on anything that's not a Poison Dark, you can pretty much Dragon Breath everything all the way down, except the Fairies, except the Rapidash. So lead it, 2-shielded, and then have Claydol in the back. That will be a good strategy. Something else to mention, Shadow, Alola, and Raticate is one of the Pokemons that now is getting so much love in the Great League, especially at high MMR, because this Pokemon dish out so much neutral damage. You technically destroy the Poison Darks too, because they are forced to throw the non-dark move, which is Aqua Tail, which is non-stab, while like you can just throw stab, quick attack damage with Hyper Fang or Return or whichever you want. But I do recommend running Shadow, Alola, and Raticate. I have 3 Raticates built, one with Return, one with Hyper Fang, and now I need to build another one with that's Shadow. This guy, Surfetch, is a spicy pick, that's all I can say. Lugia is eligible in this cup, but that doesn't mean it's good, okay? It's just a reminder that you can use Lugia. Now, let's talk about the top teams. I feel like we talked too much about the Pokemons, but I can't move to the teams without talking about the Pokemons, because some people just watch this part and they want to build the team themselves. But some people don't watch this part and they just move the teams and pick one and move on. The best team, according to PvPoke, if you go, and since you can see that Mandibuzz is #1 Pokemon, the best Pokemon is Mandibuzz, so you're just going to put that, and you go to PvPoke, build a team, choose Mandibuzz. It will recommend Overquill. Why? Because Overquill on PvPoke has Poison Jab, Ice Beam, and Aqua Tail. What is the third? The best coverage for those 2 is actually Shadow Annihilape. Do you need Shadow Annihilape? Yes, I think you do need the Shadow Annihilape. So this team is kind of weak to Claydol in the back, because remember that counter is resisted by Claydol. But the thing is, the counter plus the Rage Fist will add up on Claydol, so you need to bait out the Claydol with Annihilape. So you use Claydol to bait out Annihilape, and then you have Overquill free in the back. You just 2-shield it. And remember that Mandibuzz into Rapidash, Snarl is actually better, because Snarl is neutral, right? Against everything else, you kinda need Air Slash. Now, what's the top 3 PvPoke team? I do think that the top 3 PvPoke team is slightly better, because we have 2 Shadow Drapion. Shadow Drapion and Hisui Quillfish. Hisui Quillfish is another Shadow Drapion. If you think Shadow Drapion is too good, there is Quillfish. The idea behind this team is that you lead Mandibuzz. If you see anything that's not a fairy, you stay in. If you see Rapidash in the lead, you go Drapion and you don't shield it, and then you have 2 shield Quillfish in the back, which will sweep most of the teams again because of the massive and neutral damage. Now, is that the end of the teams? No, I actually have a fun team that I will try myself on the stream, so make sure to stop by my stream. Make sure to stop by the stream. I will be trying Morpeko with Claydol and Mandibuzz. Why Morpeko? I love Morpeko. I think I made enough videos about Morpeko. I didn't make enough videos about Morpeko. I made like 3 so far, but that's not enough. Morpeko is such a so fun Pokemon to use. The fact that like you just shield and you spam Aura Wheel on good timing is just insane. This Pokemon is just crazy good. Claydol is just a good safe swap in this cup. Outside the Mandibuzz matchup, you shouldn't have any problem. And Mandibuzz is just the best Pokemon, right? But something to mention, last time I hit legend in this cup, in 2021, I hit legend in this cup, by the way, and this is the team I used. Rapidash with a Claydol and Zwilus. So why did I use Zwilus back then? For one simple reason, that Zwilus is the dark that walls all other dark. Like it's Zwilus into Drapion as an example. You just resist every charge move, and that was like my advantage when I used it in this cup. Is like people just don't expect Zwilus, so most of the teams were like triple dark, and Zwilus will just feast on these teams. That's just to shield it, and then I have Rapidash in the lead just to get me a shield advantage. Now, with the exception that Rapidash has Wild Charge, which will help it out a bit into getting like a better nuking move. And Claydol's just there for Mud Slap now. Back in the days, it wasn't Mud Slap, I think. I don't remember what move I used to use. So yeah, you ran Mud Slap, Scorching Sand, and Ice Beam, and Zwilus was like the dark that destroys other dark. That's pretty much it, I think, for the Willpower Cup. It's not that big of it doesn't have that much variety of Pokemon to use in this cup. It's similar to Psychic Cup with more options, so think of it that way. So you're gonna see like 3 to 5 Pokemons at max, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of today's video. Good luck with your climb, and if you need anything, if you have any question, feel free to leave in the comment section below, and I will be glad to answer it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.